Hi, everyone. I'm David Harris, a product leader on the Horizon team. I've spent about a decade here at Meta, and for the past 4 years, have been helping to build out the metaverse. And it's been so great to talk to you all this week and over time. I mean, when I talk to people about the best parts of my job, I share it's the opportunity to chat directly with the creators and developers who bring the platform to life. I mean, you may not know this, but many of you are kind of like celebrities amongst our teams because you bring us so much joy. I mean, I play your games in those in-between moments or my leisure time with my headset or my phone. And I know that that's the case for so many across the Horizon community. Truly, Horizon is a creator-driven platform. And that means that your success drives Horizon's success. What do we mean when we say creator success? We mean the opportunity to make great games that people love and to get paid while doing so. Now, there are two ways to monetize on Horizon. First, we have the Creator Fund. Those are competitions and bonuses, and we'll speak to that in a bit. And then there's the Horizon Economy, where you can make stuff and sell it directly to people in your worlds. Think consumables, durables, cosmetics like avatar items, anything in between. So today, I'm going to speak to you about how you can kickstart your Horizon journey with the Creator Fund, and then I'm going to pass it to my teammate, Christina, who's going to chat with you about how you can maximize your earnings by growing your world and engaging your players. All right, let's get into it. So, as I mentioned, the main way that you'll make money in Horizon in the long term is by directly selling stuff to people in your worlds. But Horizon is emergent, and we want to make sure that you're rewarded for coming on this journey with us as we grow our audience. That's what the Creator Fund is all about. Now, we launched the Meta Horizon Worlds Creator Fund, a $50 million fund in February. I know I had an opportunity to speak with many of you at GDC, and we made a commitment to paying every cent directly to creators and developers this year. We emphasized then that our priority was to reward the creation of content for mobile. We're as committed as ever to VR, and hopefully the content throughout the Connect week has made that clear. But we know that the largest audience is on mobile, so we want to direct as much creation energy there as possible. Now, the Creator Fund itself has a few different components to it. The first of those is the competitions. So we've done 3 of these so far this year, and have paid $4 million year to date. The first of these competitions was the Mobile World Genre Showdown. Anybody here compete in that? Any winners? Anyone collaborate on some? Okay, keep those hands up. I mean, we've got so many great games that come from this, okay? There was Merge Donuts and Merge Kitties, and I gotta say that internally, there have been factions that have emerged between Kitties and Donuts, and I gotta say, I'm Team Donuts. I will fight you on this. Don't worry, not just merge games, we also have adventure games. So Comet Fall, another great game is Spaced Out. Now, that's an obby with visuals that honestly blew my mind. I could not believe that they were designed in the Horizon environment. Then our second competition was elevating your world through progression systems and shareable content. Suffice to say, you all leveled up. I mean, here we had worlds like Star Chasers that added a ton of depth. Lots of levels, rewards. I believe in Star Chasers, they all culminate in, I think it's called the Boss Kitty. I think some would even say this is a memeable Boss Kitty, but I'll let you play and you can be the judge of that for yourself. Now, the last competition was Open Source Champions, where we invited you to remix existing worlds. So here, we had lots of submissions of folks who were remixing existing templates or who were starting from scratch to make their own remixable content. We're going to share the winners of that in just a week, so stay tuned there. Coming soon. But most exciting, we announced at a session just before this one, our next competition. This is the Mobile Genre Showdown Reloaded, and we've got our biggest prize pot to date on the line with $2.5 million at stake. So we can't wait to see your most ambitious ideas yet. I think beyond the money and all of the content that comes from this, the thing that I look at most excitingly with these competitions is the boost of collaborative spirit that we see around all of these. I think it's one of the things that truly makes the Horizon community so special. Of course, it's not just competitions. We also have bonuses. The first of these is the milestone rewards. Now, this is designed to help you get started with monetizing on Horizon. These are one-off bonuses. And as you can see, they're very accessible early on. That first reward kicks in with just 10 users and 6 hours of time spent. I'm not saying $25 is going to overhaul your bank account, but you can see some of these add up. And then, of course, when you graduate from these, that's when the monthly bonuses really start to kick in, which are designed to help you get rewarded for the share of engagement and monetization that you're generating on the platform. So the more time that people spend in your world, the more that you get paid. So for example, if you generate 10% of all of the time spent on mobile, you'd get 10% of the time spent bonus. For the monetization bonus, that pays you based off of the proportion of paying users in your worlds. So lots to come with these bonuses. Now, throughout the year, we've gotten a lot of feedback about how we can make these even more effective for you to make them clear, transparent, and actionable. You told us that having clarity as to how you are earning was critical to your business planning. So we added estimated earnings so that you had a real-time view into what your paycheck would look like at the end of the month. You told us that the bonus structure was a little bit complicated, so we simplified to fewer bonuses and consolidated so you'd have less to track. And you told us that the bonuses were mostly rewarding creators who were more tenured and experienced on the platform. That's why we added milestone rewards with clear and unequivocal criteria around what you had to do to earn them. Throughout this week, we've gotten even more feedback, particularly about how to make sure these bonuses reward collaboration, and we've already started to huddle up about what more we can do here. How's it going? Well, we have surpassed every expectation with the amount of content we've generated with 3,500 mobile titles and counting. And obviously, what's even more exciting than the volume of content is just how fun it is to play. But personally, what's most meaningful to me is how many of you have begun to be able to make a living on the platform. We have 65 creators who have surpassed $50,000 year to date in earnings, and 124 creators on pace to make 6 figures. And I look at this and I see a challenge. I want these numbers to go up. So how do you tap into all of these earnings? Well, to speak to that, I'm going to pass it off to my teammate, Christina, who's going to talk to you about how to maximize your earnings and grow your players and community. Christina?
Thanks, David. An amazing year, and we're not even done yet. So, hey everyone. I think if I squint, I can see some familiar faces, and I can see even more familiar faces than I started the week with, which is fantastic. Some of you know I came from AAA gaming. I worked at Blizzard in France, managing an engineering team. I moved to the United States. I got on the VR train. I joined Oculus, and we landed here as part of the acquisition in 2014. So I was the PM for Oculus Home on our first 4 headsets, or more if you count every phone that we shipped Gear VR with. Then I did a tour of duty on mobile games on Facebook and Messenger, so those were free-to-play games. And this week I've had the pleasure of getting to know you and understanding your worlds and the challenges, and I think this is now a cozy group, so we're just going to have a chat between friends. On Tuesday, some of you were in a session where I went pretty deep on digital items. Today I'm going to zoom back out and we're going to talk a little bit more about the end-to-end wrapped around the digital items. So in traditional gaming, we used to take ourselves into a back room and we'd make a game. And then we'd come out 5 years later, or some of us would come out 10 years later with a game, and we'd really hope that you would like it. But in free-to-play and in Horizon Worlds, you involve your community in the process of building. And you meet them, it turns out, in a bunch of places. And we need to make all of those places work really well for you. So we're going to talk about community, we're going to talk about building worlds, and we're going to take a step all the way back to the beginning. The thing I want every creator in the room to internalize is that community starts with you. Your profile matters. So set up your profile to help your fans and new followers find you on whichever platforms matter to you and follow you. You can edit a line of text in your bio and show a URL. And no, it's not clickable yet, but stay tuned. you could show your website or a link tree or a Discord. And then pick the Facebook and Instagram accounts that you want to show here. Those ones are clickable. And because this profile was built for end users, we know it's not perfect for creators, but we've got teams working on making it great for creators. So do stay tuned, start investing now, and capitalize on those improvements as we land them. We noticed that a lot of you create signage in your worlds with your socials. So we're pleased to share that in a couple of weeks, we're launching an asset template to make your signage interactive. You'll specify the Facebook and Instagram accounts that people should follow you on. People will see those signs, they'll hit a follow button, and we'll bring up a panel, and they can follow any of the accounts they want, and we just execute the follow with a single click. And so we hope that's going to help you from inside your worlds grow your communities outside your worlds. Okay, so now let's talk about onboarding players. We're not going to go deep here, there's been a lot of sessions on this, but the thing to know is that first impressions really count. Jessica from Kawaii Creator talked about this at our Creator Summit, and she's not wrong. Just a couple of quick tips. First, know that people are most likely to retain if they spend more than 5 minutes on their first visit. And it's much easier to stick if you're having fun, and it's much easier to have fun if you know what to do and where to go. So, when people land in the world, please don't bring up a big wall of text with a skip button at the bottom. What do you do with the wall of text and a skip button at the bottom? You skip it, you close it, you get out of it, and then you go, wait, maybe there was something useful on that, how do I get it back? And you can't, and it's gone. So, try to build a play-to-learn new user experience. And include guidance on where to walk if it's relevant. Shovel Up has a really simple to understand wayfinder in their game. So think about doing something like that. Also, implement the world promotion gizmo. As David said, there are thousands of worlds on our platform right now, and people are whipping through and they're trying a lot of them. And what if they had fun in your world but they didn't remember the name and then it's rolled off of their recently played? Throw up this sign so that if they're having fun they can just hit save and they know they're not going to lose it. This one's super easy. Okay, digital items. I don't know if you know this, but we think they're pretty important. So when your players know how to play and they're following you on your socials and they've saved your world, we're going to talk about the digital items that will make that world actually drive success for you. Okay, we break these down in a few ways. There are durables that people buy, acquire once and sort of keep for life. We have consumables that they buy and use up, and if they're enjoying things, they buy them again or they get them again, and these can be offered in singles or they can be offered in packs. In-world items are items that are locked to your world or a small group of worlds that you have designed to work together. And portable items can be taken anywhere in your world, in anyone else's world, and to Facebook and Instagram. Right now, clothing is the only portable item you can make, but fantastical skins, fantastical avatars are coming online next year. Outside of Horizon, the value of those digital items is cosmetic. Inside Horizon, it tends to be about making the world more fun. But inside with your portable items, we can also do more. So, where do we create them? Well, you create your in-world items in the editor. These items often have an asset, like a 3D model. You can offer them for free to help people get started. Give them a couple of things. Let them know how cool it is when they have a boost that makes them more powerful, and then offer them the opportunity to buy or earn more. You could offer for free. You can offer for your own in-world resource. You can sell them for meta credits, and you can grant them as quest rewards. For your portable items, you're creating these on www in the Horizon Creator portal, but we're moving this to the developer dashboard soon. You come in, it's very, very simple to use. You need no art skills to do it. You come in, you select a template mesh. Sometimes we talk about these as silhouettes because fashion is about shape. You can either download the color map and bring it into the editing software of your choice and paint it, or you can use Meta AI to generate a texture for it. We've all been in the industry for a long time, so we expected you to use Photoshop, I think. And you didn't, really. Some of you told us you use Microsoft Designer. I had never heard of that. Some of you said Canva. I thought Canva was for making slides. My designers were horrified when the first time I tested this feature. I did it in Figma, and I typed edited along the sleeve and re-uploaded it, and it was like, it works! So you can really use anything. But I think the thing that was really surprising to us is this fandom that's coming up around Procreate. I didn't know Procreate even did 3D. Creators taught us that. You posted Instagram reels of just painting on clothing, and we were like, that's amazing. And it looks so natural and wonderful, and the results are fantastic. So thanks for showing us, and we're going to try and do more to support that workflow. Okay, so how's it going, guys? I don't know, do we like clothing? I think we like clothing. We've heard that you like clothing. At Connect last year, actually some of you came up to me at Summit and reminded me that this happened. You asked us, when will we be able to make avatar clothing? And I, perhaps unwisely, got on stage and said, if I don't get this done in H1, I'm firing myself, with my vice president in the back of the room. Whoops. Okay, so in Q2, we were pretty on time. I think it was actually the end of Q1, March 31st. We opened this up to just a few creators, and there were some issues to sort out. So it did take a second to shake the wrinkles out and iron the clothing and put stitches in it. And then in May, we opened to all partners, and you crushed our expectations. I have a napkin math spreadsheet that I pull out from time to time to show people how wrong I was. I had columns for low, medium, high, and I thought, there's these vert limits in worlds. I don't know that they're going to be able to sell much clothing. Maybe 10. We think 10. Yeah, more than 200 on average. Some of you, thousands. So thank you for making this better than we dreamed, and for continuing to share the feedback that is guiding our roadmaps. So we're very happy to share that starting today, and some of you have found it in Discord, all Meta Horizon Creator Program creators can make avatar clothing. And we are psyched to see what these new creators will come up with as well. Okay, selling. So you've made some digital items, and we need to sell them. We've got to make some money. When you sell items for Meta credits, we take the credits you make, we convert them into cash, and we send it to your account every month. And like David said, growing your organic economy is really, really important. This is the path to long-term success. We're bootstrapping in with the Creator Fund, but you've got to get this thing going. So we've added some tools. For your in-world items, we've added a shop gizmo where you can distribute your digital items for Meta credits or for your own in-game resource or for free. And for more control, we've added asset templates for shop and for inventory. Asset templates are fully customizable, so use ours as a starting point. Hopefully that gets you started really quickly, and then customize the functionality, customize the visuals, make it fit your world. We're moving forward with a lot of asset templates, so I'll get to that. For portable avatar clothing, you can still use the IWP gizmo, and it's a good fit if you only have a few items of clothing, and maybe if you're in the correct spot in my napkin math spreadsheet, the IWP gizmo is okay. But it's not a super good option if you have lots and lots of clothing. And I guess the thing to know is that asset templates are our way forward. In the brand new Meta Horizon Studio, asset templates are going to be the standard way of doing this. They're customizable. They're better for perf, especially if you have lots of clothing in your world. So consider switching to IWP asset template now and come along with us as we evolve these things. Okay. So you've been selling inside your worlds, but what about everywhere else on the family of apps? When you save your clothing, you can check a box. Very small, very impactful. Let people acquire outside your worlds. When you do that, your clothing is in the avatar editor. And it can be promoted in the avatar editor. And now your clothing will be eligible for our brand new AI-powered stylist. It's shown here. I've got Pooja the PM in the front row if you have questions for her later. Users enter a prompt. The AI stylist looks into the catalogue and finds the clothing that suits that prompt the best and dresses up the person's avatar. No more scrolling through hundreds of pieces of clothing and trying to find the thing you want. No more messing around with filters. Just say what you want and get what you want. The avatar editor and the AI stylist can help you find new followers and fans. Perhaps people who have never been to your world. Perhaps people who have never been to worlds at all. Moving up to the top level of the, this is like the 3P-ification of all of our surfaces this year. So up at the top level of the editor, we had this idea that we could have collections with creator clothing in it. So where were we going to get those? So in July, which I think was the end of July, and we needed the clothing by the first week of August, and everyone was like, guys, it's a week. And I'm like, you don't know our creators. They're going to get this done. It will be fine. So we sent out 3 themes. Sure enough, a week later, tons of clothing back. And so now we have these themed collections with your clothing at the top level of our editor, and it's working really well. So we're going to keep doing it. We're also going to share to you trends that we see in industry, that we see on our platform, and we're going to share searches that people are doing in the AI stylist and give you those insights so you know what people are looking for. And we'd love your feedback on themes. And for October, obviously, we're going to do Halloween fun, and we're also going to do K-pop. So that's Halloween fun and K-pop. Off you go to make October clothing. We're excited to see what comes up there. And this week, as Mark announced, we are rolling out our brand new Horizon Central experience built on our brand new engine, and it features a brand new immersive store called Shop Central. Inside that immersive store, we have creator pop-ups, and for each creator pop-up, we have some items of clothing. You can step up to the clothing and up pops a mirror, and the clothing pops onto your body. It's really fun. There's a portal to a creator's world, and so your visitors can try on, they can purchase directly, and they can jump into your worlds. Really featuring creators here. This is looking great, and after Connect, we're excited to expand to more creators. So look out for that opportunity. Is it working? I think it's working. Total payment volume is up 215%. The dollars that users are spending per hour of time they spend in worlds, we call it monetization efficiency, fancy term, but dollars per hour is up more than 200%. So the world's player base is smaller than some of its competitors, but our monetization efficiency is on par and in some cases surpassing comparative platforms. So we're in really good shape for user growth. And of course, our journey is always perennially 1% finished. Do we have that? We used to have it as a poster on the wall. It was one of my favorites. And obviously, the best way to grow money, earnings, is to grow the number of users coming into your worlds and the amount of time those people are spending. In free-to-play, the earned economy is just as important as the paid economy, if not more important. There are always more earners than payers. Earners, typically 95% of a free-to-play audience. These are people who can't pay, or they're people who kind of just won't pay, but offering those people rewards can drive time spent, can drive engagement, and it can drive social density, which all turns around and grows your earnings. So make sure you add quests. This has been possible for a really long time in the systems panel in the editor. But in March, we snuck in the ability to attach in-world items as rewards. Because what is a quest list without rewards? It's like a chore list that your mom handed you. Please do your chores. Thank you. Please attach some pocket money to the chores now. Right, like let's give people something in exchange for what they're going to do in your worlds. And yes, here we're adding more components for discoverability. I've got Neil in the front row, and I awkwardly said his name and grabbed his attention, and he's going to put his hand up. And if you have questions for him later, thanks, Neil. And yes, you know, the people who didn't come to this session are going to be sad. Your top request is coming. In October, we're starting a beta for clothing as rewards. Okay. Continuing in the theme of growing engagement, we've added some new components here as well. We've got a daily claim gizmo. This is a way that you can reward people with small things for coming back to your worlds consistently and regularly. You know, world resources and small digital items and consumables are great things to offer for consistent logins. And in addition to the gizmo, of course, we added the asset template as well. So I don't know if you guys have got it yet, but we're really, really, really bullish on digital items making worlds more fun. So make avatar clothing part of the gameplay. This is profit or perish. In this game, players play the game, they unlock an earned currency, they use that earned currency to go to the game shop, they acquire the outfits, and they run up to these lockers and say, I want to put that one on that I just acquired from the shop. And the world is calling an item overrides API to dress players up for mechanics. So here we're using it for progression, but you could use it for team colors if people need to know whose team they're on and they're not just running around shooting random people, they're actually shooting the people on the other team, so we might win. And for dress up loops. Or you can offer it. You can offer people the opportunity to try the clothing you've made and run around in it a bit before they decide to buy the portable version that lets them take it outside your world. This API is available to all creators who have made clothing, which means as of today, it's available to all of MHCP, and next year, it'll support fantastical skins as well. Finally, we talked about this the other day, but we also didn't say when. This one's coming in a few weeks. So we're opening partner access first to a feature that lets you attach traits to clothing. Very standard in RPGs. Hasn't been available in Horizon, but it's coming. You will set your traits. You're going to set a user-facing description. You're going to have a JSON blob that only you need to see and your world will interpret. And you'll call an API to check whether somebody in your world is wearing your traits so that you can let them take off and fly, if that's what the power should do. The clothing can still be worn anywhere, but the traits only work in the worlds you specify. So let your imagination run wild on the powers. I'm very excited to see how crazy people go with this one. Okay, so we've made a world, people have saved it, they're following me on my profile, we've made all this content for engagement and revenue. How does anyone know? Many of you, rightly, involve your communities in building your worlds. I like to tiptoe into your Discords and stalk your socials. Now, a lot of you are following my socials, which is nice or scary, not sure, but fun. And so we're working to make these shares to your community when you're telling them what you've built, rather than just sharing some words. We're going to make these shares more effective for you. But I want to repeat that community starts with creators. So invest in your profile. Let people know where to find you, wherever that is. And build that following. Followings take a hot minute to accumulate, so start now. Or don't forget to upload a world video. These show on your world detail page today, but we're testing them in the Horizon feed, and we have some more surfaces in mind that we can test them in. Another unique aspect you might be aware is that Horizon is part of meta platforms, and meta platforms are used by 3.3 billion people each month. And there's been a bit of a wall between you and the 3.3 billion people, and we want to smash down that wall. So now, people can try worlds on Facebook and Instagram right in the app without downloading anything. They don't need to commit. They can just try the world. You can clap. It's okay. Thank you, Chris. And to capitalize on this audience, we have a ton of investment, like probably a dozen teams building features to help this be more successful, to help you promote your worlds and your avatar items. And again, next year, your fantastical avatars all the way out to that audience. So let's talk about stories and reels. There's a fun one here. This was a really tricky feature. It was sort of working in a bizarre way, but the team has fixed it. So the most important thing to know is to capture videos inside your worlds on mobile. When you capture in mobile, we hide the UI controls, so you get a cleaner capture. When you share directly to Reels, the Reel will have world attribution, and then people can tap that world and jump straight in. No download, just end up in your world. On Stories, there's a component called a link sticker. Look for that component, add a URL to a world, add a URL to an avatar item, add a URL to your creator storefront, which is all of your avatar items in the avatar editor. We're working on our side to streamline the experience of tapping that link and ending up in a world, even for people who have never used Horizon. It's not perfect. We've got more to do. But again, many people working on solving these problems for you. Okay. This is another one. We've got a really easy feature of what you want to promote as avatar clothing, and marketing feels like a chore to you, and video production is hard. This one is easy to use for anyone. Go into the Horizon mobile app, dress up your avatar in your best clothing, hit share avatar video, choose an emote. There's a few in there now, more are coming. Generate a background with Gen AI and share to stories. And don't forget to add a sticker or a little bit of text telling people tap, tap, tap the avatar, because otherwise it won't be obvious. And when they see the story and they do tap the avatar, they get a look details entry point, they get a feature called Look Inspector, they can see all your clothing, and Look Inspector is available today from avatar profile pictures on Facebook and Instagram. It's available from Stories as of just recently, but the goal is that everywhere you see an avatar, you can pull up a look Inspector, which would include all of the stickers that people share of their avatars. And it's a lot. If you get people to wear your clothing and they're sharing stickers to their friends or sharing their stories to their friends, every avatar wearing your clothing becomes a billboard for your business, even if they've never set foot in Horizon. Okay, which brings me to my latest Roman Empire, deep links. Wait, is this my latest, or is this like 2 Roman empires ago? I'm not sure. Okay. You already know that you can share links to your worlds and events, but we just launched deep links for your individual clothing items and for your creator storefront. And you can find these links in the creator portal. And we just told you about how you can share them in link stickers. On Meta platforms, you can expect that people will have a streamlined account creation, a streamlined avatar creation. But where do I see you talking to your communities? Discord. So we want these to work really well outside of Meta. I know, who knew? There's big social platforms outside of Meta. Did we know that? We know it now. So start using them. Again, this is an area, it's pretty new, but we've got a lot of investment in this space because we recognize how important it is. So these things are going to get better over time. So use them, and if they don't work perfectly right now, use them again, send us feedback. I think some of you now have just started tagging me in Discord, and that's how I get the feedback. It's good. Okay, and finally, ads. Did you guys know we do ads at this company? We do ads at this company. We're testing a new format for Horizon Worlds. It's not open to creators yet, but we are super excited by the conversion efficiency we're seeing on this format. Again, people see the ad, they tap, the phone turns sideways, and they're in the world. Or I guess when portrait worlds are properly supported, coming soon, they won't even need to turn the phone sideways and they're right in the world. So we're really hoping to scale this out to creators soon. Okay, it was like a class. So I'll recap. Invest in your profile. You matter. People need to know where to find you. It takes a while to build up those communities. So like, at least make the information available and we will work on making that profile better. Invest in more and better digital items. Integrate them as rewards to quests. Share everything all the time and profit. Easy. Yes? Good. Okay, I really hope that we shared some new tips that you haven't heard and you haven't tried today. And I hope that you're excited as we are about what's coming next. And now I'll pass it back to David to bring us home.
We're cooking up a lot, and we're not slowing down. The reality is that creators are finding great success on the platform, and that's what's making us so excited, and that's what's so motivating. Honestly, it has been a game-changing year for Horizon, but you don't have to take my word for it. I want to pass it over to a video from one of our creators, Anastasia. She goes by ash.xo. She's had a really inspiring story about the financial success that she's seen on the platform. So we'll play this short video. In the meantime, feel free to line up at the mics for a couple questions, and we'll take some and then even more after the session ends. All right, I'll pass it over.
Hi, my name is Anastasia Garcia, also known as ash.xo. I am a metaverse builder. When I first started building in Horizon, I made a lot of worlds like homes, apartments, cozy spots. My parents do a lot of home renovations, so they definitely fuel my passion for interior design and my love for homes and real estate. Now that I've had the opportunity to create clothes in Horizon and sell clothes to players in Horizon, I have now unlocked this business side of Horizon that I never thought I would. I generate money from my IWP items in my clothing stores, and I generate money from my gaming world, which is Power Wash. Extremely passionate about Power Wash. It's a game that I play on mobile all the time. I play in headset all the time. We have such a great community base over there in Power Wash, just super helpful. And that's how I generate money in Horizon Worlds. Horizon Worlds has definitely become one of my main sources of income. I've hit a lot of personal goals with the revenue that I earn from Horizon, and I'm extremely grateful for the ability to achieve those personal goals.
All right. Can we take any questions as we're wrapping up? I see some folks heading over.
Hi, guys. Hi, it's Chris. Yeah, it's Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi. I'll try and be quick about it. You mentioned stickers, like avatar stickers. Is there a way we can create actual icon stickers?
Not yet. Would you like to?
Yes, I would. Thank you. Okay, moving on. With asset template, we have the IWP trigger now, but with the template, will it be able to plug into the UI panels? Because the trigger can't yet. We brought that up the other day. So
you know what, Chris? Shoot me the details just to make sure it should.
Okay.
Yep.
When the save button is clicked, we've asked for this before too. When the save button is clicked, can it just add a like? Because if you have two worlds that have the same thumbnail, but one has 500 likes, one has 0, they go to the one that has more likes. Meta might not care about likes, but we do.
We care about likes.
No.
This is in our DNA. Noted. We'll discuss it.
Well, and I'd love to know the use case, and we can talk about it separately, Chris, but the use case for having the two worlds with the same thumbnails, like how did we end up in that situation?
Well, that's just an example. If they have two worlds that are the same kind of game, someone's going to go to the one that has more likes over the one that has less. That's just my personal experience watching my kids try and play. They'll open up a menu and they'll go to the one that has more likes than they will the one that has less.
Okay, cool.
You said, can we share videos to Reels? Reels are portrait. Most games are horizontal. Will it convert automatically, or will we have to rotate the footage?
I don't think we have. Do I have anyone here for video capture. I don't think I do.
Yeah, when you upload the video, it does scale automatically. So obviously the cropping is what it is, but that's the way the Reels format is optimized. As Christina mentioned, we're also investing more in portrait mode.
Yeah, they said portrait mode comes out. Portrait comes out, I think, next week. So, but hey, that's it.
You came prepared, Chris. We love it.
I love that he's got a list. That's fantastic. Where is everybody else's list? No other questions? Oh, one more. Hi.
Yeah, hi. 2 questions. One, is there a special way that the Creator program will integrate with ads in any way, with the ad service, or are we just like any other customer? And then the other one is, I'm coming from VRChat, and clothing sells, but it also has a lot of extra features like animations that are tied to clothing or special objects. Will objects also, qualities with objects, will that persist? You said that won't persist into other worlds, but are there other features around that as well? I guess that's 3 questions, 2.5 questions.
Okay, let's go backwards. So evolving the avatar clothing to do things like animated textures and particle effects, things like that. Long list of improvements we want to make. What we'd really like is the feedback on what's most important and what we should focus on first, because again, the list is long, so we want to tackle it in the right order. The ads question, who do I have in the front row? Do I have Pooja? Yeah, do we have a hand mic for Pooja?
I think as we wait for Pooja, one of the things that I'll say is that we obviously want the concept of the ads to be ROI positive for you. And there's a few ways that we can achieve that, right? One is just making sure that you're generating money in the worlds that you have. And we spent 40 minutes just chatting through how that happens. Of course, I think one of the other ways we can do that is by subsidizing the ads. So I take that to be the subtext of your question. So we're definitely thinking about ways to provide credit to creators so that the ads are discounted or free and part of the rewards of the program. We don't have anything specific to share yet. We're still working through that, but it's definitely very top of mind for us. Pooja, do we want to add anything
further? Did that answer
further?
your question, or what kind of tie-in to the creator program were you hoping for?
Oh, just, ads are expensive, and we're keeping people on
Got
the platform,
okay,
so hopefully.
David got it. Cool, great.
Yeah, helpful.
Thank you.
And again, objects, they can't persist though, right? So I guess, can objects be tied to clothing, like an additional thing you can hold? No, maybe it doesn't have, yeah.
Objects cannot be tied to clothing. We don't yet have a props or weapon system, but that's another thing where we want the feedback to know how important that is. Right now, creators use something called attachables, but it doesn't do everything that you would expect from a prop or weapon system today, and there's definitely a more native sort of integration that we could do, more native system. So just love to know if it's important. Cool.
Pooja, you want to add on?
Maybe a quick question, like you say, ads are expensive. Maybe we can sync up and say, what is going to be affordable enough? What is going to be good enough? That would be a good question for us to get feedback on.
Yeah, let's take that up after we wrap. And on that note, let's do one last question here, and then we've got lots of folks on the team here, and we'd love to chat with you, hear more of your feedback about what would be most important.
Hi there, thanks. My name's Nathan. I'm one of the creators of Pop and Drop, which was
Awesome.
a world we launched recently.
Yeah.
So apart from Horizon Worlds, I do a lot of VR app development as well. And one of the things we're interested in is how we can link from a Horizon World property to a Quest app or a Quill theatre experience or theatre elsewhere. But that's not possible at the moment. Is there any plans to do that? Do you think it's something, and I understand why you want to keep people in the platform, but yeah, I'm just wondering if there's ability to kind of get to Quest apps or something outside of Horizon Worlds itself.
It's a good question. So I think the short answer to your question is no, we're not working on anything like that directly right now. But I will say when we really zoom out and we think about the vision that we had for the metaverse, the idea is to have a set of interoperable services that work across spaces, whether those be worlds, apps, or anything in between.
Yeah.
We've already started to do that with things like avatars that work not only with worlds, not only with other VR apps, but also Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, and more. So is what you're describing something we're currently building? No. Is it strategically aligned with the kind of thing that we want to do? Yes. So that's a definitely maybe. But the more feedback we can get on what's
Yeah.
important to everybody, I think the more signal we have on what to prioritize on our roadmap.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big vote for me on that. And talking to a few VR devs, they're sort of thinking if they can do that in terms of linking to their Quest apps, they'll see more, I guess, interest in coming to the Worlds platform as well.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep, cool, thanks.
Sweet.
All right, so we'll wrap up. I think I'll just reiterate one more time how encouraged we are by all of the amazing things that you've been able to do and the momentum that we want to carry through the rest of the year and into next year. So hope to see you all again soon, and more importantly, see you in the metaverse.